What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Zappos Stories video. It's your boy Jovan, and I hope you guys are doing well out there. I know it's been a while since I've seen y'all, but I promise I've been working really hard on some new content that we wanted to share with you. At Zappos, delivering wow-through service is one of our top priorities. And during quarantine, Zappos launched a brand new line of customer service where you can call, chat, or text to talk to us about anything. That's right, anything. Doesn't even have to be Zappos related. In today's episode, we're going to be catching up with Kalma, who helped create customer service for anything. Let's give him a call to see what this thing is all about. Brian, what's happening, buddy? How are you, man?
Hey, good. How's it going, man? Nice to see you.
Well, I do miss seeing you around the office, and hopefully we'll get back in there sooner than later. But today we're actually talking about a new opportunity or a new thing that's actually happening here at Zappos called customer service for anything. And I know that has a lot to do with you, but if you could, for our audience, just tell us kind of what was it, or how did this idea kind of come about? What is customer service for anything?
Customer service for anything was, or is effectively a service that came out as a response to effectively quarantine. The world was introduced to and handed basically a ton of uncertainty, having to now be stuck at home. And simultaneously, we saw Zappos, kind of sales volume sort of dip. So we had some people had some time on their hands to give back to customers. So we were able to, several people came up with an idea to, repurpose the customer loyalty team to, proactively and aggressively take calls about anything. As you know, the team's historically done that, but now we kind of put a face to it and launched customer service for anything, I think, during the early days of quarantine, and it still persists today, several months into it.
What problems were we generally looking to try and fix?
At a meta level, uncertainty, trying to help people through uncertain times. We are people ourselves, not just customers are not just people, but Zappos employees are people. We felt the same type of uncertainty that the rest of the country was feeling, if not the rest of the world was feeling. So I think in true, in a true empathetic form, the team felt like they wanted to give back, help people, which would also in turn help themselves. Feeling like you're actually on the front lines helping others is a nice feeling in and of itself. And we were trying to solve for uncertainty and also making it feel like we're making a difference, which I think many folks felt like they were.
When we were creating customer service for anything, why was it so important to you? Obviously, you've been at Zappos for quite some time, and I know you've got your hand in on this project, but why was this an important project for you to work on?
Well, it felt like I had a relatively clear problem to solve, and I think it's, I felt it, others around me felt it, pretty much everyone I know felt that problem of uncertainty, and I think when there's a clear problem to solve, I get excited. When there's a non-clear problem to solve, I usually try to stay away from those projects because, I'm not into projects that solutions trying to find a problem. This one, there was a very clear problem. Now, granted, if you peel back the onion and understand what uncertainty means, then it starts getting, it starts to become a wide problem. But I think the concept of asking us about anything opened up the opportunity for us to understand at a deeper level, more meaningful level, what uncertainty meant. So uncertainty was sort of different for each person. So to me, clear problem, I get excited to try to help solve it.
Have you had, or obviously we've probably had some great calls come through, but are there any memorable ones that you're willing to share that have really just stuck with you since they've called or contacted us?
First thing to note is that it's beyond just phone calls. There was email, there was SMS, and there was some reaching out on social. So, early on we had some folk, at the launch of the service, which is, April 1, we had folks calling in to find PPE. Where could they find masks near them, gloves near them, sanitizer near them? As you may recall, the first few weeks was nuts, and shelves were empty, and so there were people asking questions like that, and we were doing that research for them. There were folks calling in and emailing us to find actual medical equipment. We even had a hospital reach out to Zappos because they couldn't find pulse oximeters themselves through their normal channels. This was Mount Sinai Hospital in New York, and someone in the company did tons of research and found several hundred for them. We had others calling in, young folks calling because they wanted help with homework. We had adults calling in, single parents, because they wanted to just talk to more adults. We had folks, asking for tips about, where they could safely take a road trip. There's so much out there that people were asking, but those were some of the memorable ones. Those were some of the repetitive ones. But, PPE was a big one. A lot of people asked, where could they find stuff? They were exhausting their own options and couldn't locate stuff themselves.
Yeah, I can definitely see that being a challenge in those first few weeks. It definitely was mayhem. Trying to find face protection or toilet paper or hand soap or hand sanitizer, you name it. So that's actually really cool that you guys were able to kind of set this system up in a place where people can call for literally anything to chat about.
Yeah.
As we were implementing customer service for anything, obviously there was a lot of steps to bringing that to our already ongoing customer service here at Zappos. But what challenges were you faced with implementing that? And to my understanding, we did it fairly quickly too, correct?
From my vantage point, I went from idea to implementation in about a week. And, some of the challenges largely were around, how other departments were currently reorganizing themselves to work from home. So, I am not a member of the CLT team per se, but I know that they were trying to transition to working from home at the same time as launching this product, this service with us, right? So that in and of itself was probably quite trying and taxing for them, because they were themselves were adopting a new way of work, let alone opening the floodgates of tons of more phone calls coming in overnight.
Is there a catch for using customer service for anything? Are they gonna hold your email? Are they gonna try and upsell you something at the end of chatting about whatever? Is there a catch, and if so, are there any limits to that?
No catch. Call us, got a question, we'll do our best to answer it. No catch. Not going to be sold or added to email list if you call or email us. It's not about that. This isn't about selling stuff. This is about helping solve for uncertainty and giving people some answers.
Why was it important for Zappos to create another phone line geared around customer service that didn't lead to sales? To me, that sounds kind of counterproductive, or I bet you anybody else you tell that to probably sounds counterproductive, but why was it important for us to make this new phone line opportunity for people to call in?
Helping others through uncertain times, I think, is something that comes natural to empathetic thinking humans. And Zappos fortunately has a ton of those empathetic sort of folks within the organization. So really, it was just leaning into a core belief system that already existed within the organization.
Well, with the state of the world right now, pandemic is obviously taking over, unfortunately, and hopefully we can get back to some normalcy here sooner than later. But when the pandemic is over, what do you see happening with customer service for anything?
When the pandemic does, hopefully subside or get quelled, we fully expect to keep customer service for anything going, but along the lines of trying to capture and garner the sorts of questions on a topic by topic, interest by interest basis. So as I had mentioned earlier, there are different types of questions coming in these days that are a little less related to how to navigate quarantine, but now more about things that are more topic or interest related. So we're hoping to guide this product in the direction of capturing inbound inquiries around verticalized sort of topics, and see if we could help to provide answers to questions around that. And we're actively trying to understand what that demand looks like through a series of experiments right now.
Awesome, man. Well, I'm excited too, and kudos to you. Please give yourself a pat on the back along with the rest of the team that's helped on working on getting this out. Because I think, one, we got it out very quick, and two, we've pivoted very quickly within our customer service. But since we've been able to do those two things, it looks like it's been well received. It's been very receptive to the people on the other end, as well as our customer service agents on our side. So continue doing what you're doing, man. It seems like you're doing some great stuff.
Thank you for all the questions today, and thanks for including customer service for anything.
No worries, man. No, I appreciate you for being a part of it. And with that being said, I hope the rest of your quarantine and working from home continues to go smoothly. You have great internet. I hope your audio stays well on your remote interviews here. But again, Brian, thank you so much for hanging out with us today, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your afternoon.
Thank you, too. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Peace.
Yeah. Bye.
Big shout out to Brian for helping us out with today's video. That was super fun getting to chat with him and to learn a little bit about Zappos' newest line of business, customer service for anything. I'm curious, have you guys already contacted customer service for anything? Have you spoken with one of our reps? If not, make sure you guys are checking the description down below for more details. And for those who have contacted us, I would love to hear your stories down in the comments. But make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel, commenting and liking, and we look forward to seeing y'all in the next video. Peace.